Good morning, everybody, and welcome to This Week in Dioramas. I am your host, TechChucker. Now, if you aren't familiar with how this show operates, every week I go through Instagram looking for the coolest looking dioramas, and I showcase them right here on the show. If you would like to be showcased in a future episode, all you need to do is upload your diorama pictures to Instagram and tag them with the hashtag ThisweekInDioramas. This is the final episode of Season 3, the final episode of 2021. Raise your glasses. Cheers to all of you. Thank you to everybody for the love, the support, the talent that you've put forth every single week. I appreciate it. I enjoy being able to be a part of this community. It's just been so meaningful, and seeing the comments from you guys, it's so cool. So thank you so much for that. I don't know what the future lies for This Week in Dioramas. We'll talk a little bit about it closer to the end of the episode, but I'm not sure what we're going to do next year. So just stay tuned on that front. Before we get into the showcase, though, I have a couple of things that I want to bring up. Number one is there is a contest that is coming soon. I don't know exactly when it's going to start or when you're going to be able to enter, but that's why it's that much more important for you to go and follow on Instagram this hashtag. It is hashtag 5-star collab, and this is an amazing idea. It is a collaboration between Star Marvel 76 and 52420. So make sure that you're following both Star Marvel 76 and 52420. I'll leave links in the comments below or in the description below. But make sure that you're following that hashtag 5-star collab. They're going to do a photo contest. It's going to be graffiti themed as of right now. That's what it's going to be. And for that contest, the winner will get the collaboration dio that the two of them have been working on. So I think that's an amazing idea. I love the fact that they've got a theme, and I definitely want to make sure that I am supporting those of you that are out there that have been supporting me. So make sure that you go check out that hashtag. Next, if you missed it, make sure you go to Life with Brock's channel. He is the originator of the idea. He started This Week in Customs, and that's what inspired me to start This Week in Dioramas. Well, I was on a live stream with the other guys. So Life with Brock did a live stream. We did a top 5 action figures of 2021. You'll get to see what my top 5 were for 2021. Now, I haven't bought a lot, so my list was a little harder to come up with. So go check that out. I'll have a link in the description below. And as always, make sure that you are following the hashtag ThisweekInDioramas on Instagram. It is the best place to find new diorama creators. If you happen to be in the market for buying a diorama, there's a lot of great creators out there. If you're looking for new ideas, if you're looking for people to communicate with and become friends with that are in a community that's just pretty darn awesome, check that hashtag out. And then lastly, go to Facebook and join the Diorama HQ. That is another place where you can come together as diorama enthusiasts to share your work, share your knowledge, and ask questions. So we're not going to waste any more time. Let's go ahead and get started with the final showcase of 2021. Let's get started first with this piece from Rhino Dioramas. We showcase a lot of their work, but this is just an awesome looking piece. Now it looks like what is it, Sammy Supertramp. Let's see. Thanks, Sammy, for this awesome commission, and Masters Photos for your talent with the camera. So a collaboration of many different talents and what have you here. This piece is awesome. Obviously it's a Back to the Future display piece. It looks amazing. If you remember the movie with the giant speaker, he slams down a power cord and just destroys the place because he turned everything up. This is just awesome looking. I love the way that this turned out. The details on here. Obviously there's a bunch of 3D printed stuff. 1/6 scale. I mean, it's just awesome. Look at this. This is so cool. I am just floored by this. You did a great job on this, all of you. Pictures are amazing, and the diorama and all of the accessories, amazing. And next Coming from Fanorama, an overgrown burrow, 1/44th scale. This is just chock full of detail. I mean, even at 1/12th scale, I can't get this kind of detail. This thing looks so good. I mean, just look at the paint details on here with the color tones, the weathering on here with, obviously this is some dystopian kind of world, and this building has just been rotting away for ages and ages. The trees are growing up out of it and what have you. It's just such a spectacular looking piece. Nothing has been missed in terms of details when you're adding on here. I'm just so impressed with this piece. You did a great job. I'm just, wow, blown away with the detail, the texture, the color tones. Everything just goes so well together to tell this story of whatever place this is that has just been abandoned. I mean, it gives me kind of a reminder of Chernobyl, where just time has stood still. And wow, the talent, you guys, this is just amazing. This is why I do the show, because there's just so much talent, and you guys just step it up every single week. Speaking of stepping it up, this one is coming from Dioramas. This piece is stunning. It is just chock full of detail. I'm just amazed by it. Now, this is not in English, so I'm not going to be able to translate this very well, but I have to say, this looks so good. You presented it very, very well. I love that infinite black background. It's so crisp, so clean looking. And then the diorama. I mean, just look at the sculpt work on this. This is spectacular looking. I love it. There's so many great places that you can put your figures to display them. I'm just blown away. And if I am not mistaken, let's cycle through, because I want to see this backdrop. It's not painted. This is actually like sculpted in some way, and it's just, wow, that is awesome. I love it. Look at the details on that stone. It really looks like stone. The paintwork on here, the sculpt work, the weathering, all of it just top notch. You just did a great job with it, and wow, we could all do some tutorials. I would love it if all of you guys just started doing tutorials, creating either YouTube videos or Instagram tutorials on how you're doing all this, so that we all can learn from the amazing talent that you all have, because this is just spectacular. Next, coming from Thomas Goes Nostalgic, and this piece was built for their HasLab Sentinel. We all know what my opinion is on the Sentinel. It's an amazing figure. It was overpriced, but this is why people bought it, so that they could have that amazing centerpiece display for their collection, and this is just awesome. So this is in a detolf. It's clearly taking at least like 2, maybe 3 shelf spaces. It is awesome looking. I love what you did. It's a great way to be able to display it. Oops, where did I go? Where am I going? I'm jumping ahead. That's not the arrow I wanted to click. I wanted to click this one so we could see more from this. We've got some brickwork. We've got some broken out areas. This is great. Next step is, if you have the inclination, do a little bit of weathering on that paint to get it just to pop even more, and wow, it's just going to stand out. But it fits with the comic book kind of look to it, where there's not as much detail, so that is totally fine. This is not a criticism whatsoever, but you certainly could add more detail if you wanted with the paint apps, but it's not needed. It does give you that very nice comic book feel. I love the floor. That just looks awesome. The cutout, so that it's broken out so that he can stand amongst the whole building, but we have a little bit of extra detail. That is a nice touch. So great job on this. Congrats on, getting that awesome figure and then being able to put together a really nice looking diorama to go along with it. Okay, what do we got here? We've got a work in progress from Styrosmith Dio Arts, and I'm just blown away. That's all I can say, is this is just amazing. It's a work in progress, and it looks better than anything I have ever made and finished, and he's still not done. Every piece that he comes up with is always amazing. The sculpt work is just so... It's so artistic. I mean, the attention to detail, wow, this is amazing. I mean, just look at all these little accent pieces that go into this, and every little, nothing is flat. It's like, holy crap, how much time does it take to do something like this? This is just amazing. So if you aren't following Styrosmith Dio Arts, you need to, because who wouldn't want to be able to see this finished product once? Oh, wow, speechless. Okay, this next one coming from Our Little Creations. This is, let's see, so let's read this. I've come so far in 3 years thinking about doing a small run of this piece since there's been so much interest. Let's see, still trying to narrow down some price points for you guys. Sorry, it's taken a while. I really like this piece, and I can see why people are really digging on it. It looks so good. It's so clean. I love the colors. I love the way that you packaged it, and the fact that you've got these posts or telephone poles that are sticking up beyond the kind of the border of what you've built is amazing. And the picture is really cool. I mean, this is just a really cool looking picture. It's a great looking diorama. I really dig it. And look at this is something that you can mount up on a wall. And you know what? You could throw a couple of action figures in there too if you wanted. But this is just a great looking piece. I love the structure of these. I love the signs. Just a great job all around. So hopefully you can figure out what your price point is going to be. And then maybe you can throw a whole bunch of them out and people will gobble those things up. So great job. Coming up next from our friend El Chambo NYC, this is a Pittsburgh Steelers display piece, and if I am not mistaken, this is what, Jerome Bettis? The bus, right? The bus. Yes. This is spectacular. I love this. I love these fan pieces that people make that might not necessarily be action figure related specifically, but it's something that you love and cherish, and it looks like this is going to be, let's see, giving me the opportunity to create Jerome Bettis project. I hope that he sees this. I hope he sees it, because this is just so cool. You've got him crashing through the wall. You've got a bus. We've got all the Steelers look, the logo, all of that. This is just a great all-around piece. You always nail it whenever you're doing your pieces, and it's always fun to be able to showcase your work. Guessing this is a McFarlane Toys piece. It fits in perfectly with the work that you did. Everything on here is just awesome. So great job. Whoever is taking this home is going to be super happy with it, as they always are with your pieces. So awesome job. And again, I really hope that somebody in the NFL sees this, because this is just so cool. All right, next, coming from another amazing creator. You guys are all amazing. This is Drip-O-Rama. If you haven't already, go check him out on YouTube at Drip Mode. Also go check out El Chambo NYC, and anybody that I forget. If I forget anybody that's got YouTube channels, let us know in the comments if you have a YouTube channel. But this from Drip-O-Rama, I remember watching Bloodsport. I loved Jean-Claude Van Damme. Jeez, why I can't think. As soon as I hit record, I forget how to talk and I forget everything. I remember this movie though, and I remember in my kid mind thinking that this was like something that I as a human should not be watching, because it was so brutal and it was so intense. And now as I'm older, I find my thought process a little funny, but this was an amazing movie for me. I always loved karate movies. I always thought Karate Kid, I loved it, but I always thought it was a little tamer. And this was what I always wanted Karate Kid to be, was Bloodsport. And this piece looks awesome. You've captured the aspect of the curved fighting mat. I mean, that was just such a cool piece. When the dude, I forget his name, dies, I mean that I think he died, if I remember right, the bigger guy, and the American. This is just a great looking piece. Just look at that. That is so cool. It just brings back so many memories. Dang it. This is awesome. Okay, we don't have a lot of time because there's a lot of dios that we got to go through. So otherwise I could keep talking about this and just saying, oh, this is awesome, and it is. Next up, coming from Danny Cortez, New NYC, Brooklyn Queens Expressway. This is a great looking piece. I love it. It's simple in the sense that it's just a base, and then you've got the arm, but there's a lot of detail on it. The sign looks amazing. I love the paint apps that you've got on here. It's got that weathered look. It's been around for a while. You got some nice brownish rust that's coming through. A little bit of graffiti, nothing too much to take too much away from it. The street here looks awesome, and then you got, that's a really good signature. My signature looks like just really like crap. So great job on this. This is a really cool looking piece. All right, up next, coming from Bayonet 14. This is a warehouse I think I said bayonet weird. Anyway, warehouse diorama 1/12 skishin. I'm mixing scale and commission. Okay, 1/12 scale commission. All handmade, hand painted. That's what we like to hear. This is just a great looking piece. I love the columns in here, the structure that you've got the little iron girders here that are holding up the roof. Anytime anybody makes a roof is awesome. Oh, also, if you're noticing, my finger, I cut it. I was using my utility knife working on my diorama stuff and nearly cut the entire side of my finger off. Whoops. Anyway, that's why you'll see this weird thing. Anyway, back to the diorama. Really digging on this piece. There's a lot going on here. It's a really good size. Lot of space to be able to do different pictures. A lot of windows here, and I love the geometry of all of these windows. We've got some big panels, we've got some small panels, we've got some really small panels, we've got squares, we've got rectangles. It's just a hodgepodge, and that really adds to the nature of this piece. So I'm really digging on it. You did a great job, and hold everything. Let's go back. Okay, did you catch this? We've got this floor, and then you can see this little checker down at the bottom. Now you go to the next picture, reversible floor. What? That is amazing. You've completely changed the diorama entirely with that floor change. And something else that I noticed, walls are different. I think all these walls are reversible. You've got a completely different set of rooms. This is freaking awesome. I mean, holy crap. Wait. Okay, so we made a fire extinguisher out of a battery. The only concern is if that battery starts to kind of seep, but that could just add to it as long as it doesn't eat away when it drips into the foam, and then you start seeing the foam. That's a great idea. That is an awesome idea. We got some drums, oil drums here. I love these little call out pictures to show some of the behind the scenes and what have you. This is so cool. Handmade lockers. Dang it, this is so good. You guys, this show is going to be so long. I got to keep going. Amazing job. Next, from Kraken's Customs. Just wrap this up. Fun build for Toys R Us Kids 81. This thing is 23 inches wide and a little over 12 inches tall. I really like this piece. I love the wood feel and look to it. Gotta know. Let's see, okay, the piece accommodate existing plans to use. Is this real wood or is it foam made to look like wood? Maybe there's a behind the scenes pic. I think this is foam. It looks like it's foam. It's got kind of that little bit of a look. We'll see. This is so good. I love the way that this turned out. The paint apps look awesome. I love this kind of like marbled concrete kind of stone. That looks so good. And look at this roof. Love it. Love the textures. You got like little straws here that are bringing it out a little bit. That is great. This is an awesome piece. Really digging on it. Let's see, there is no behind the scenes. There it is. There it is. I called it. Foam. Looks awesome, dude. Great job. Okay, keeping this moving. Shelf Gravy, a piece we did recently for a dear friend. A lot of fun. This is a great looking piece. We haven't had a bad looking piece. We're not going to showcase a piece that we're all going to be like, that doesn't look good. This looks good. Wow. I love the brickwork that you've got on here. Lots of different color tones that give those bricks that extra little pop, that pizzazz, and then the nice looking mortar that you've got here. And then look at these unique looking bricks. Totally different material. It's supposed to look like it's totally different material. I love the paint colors. It gives me a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles feel right off the bat. We got 2 levels here. We got another lower level and then a nice little drain grate here, some stairs. This is awesome. I dig it. The only question that I have is these stairs go up and then they go across. Where's my door? Where is my door? And maybe I don't need a door because there's something here. Oh, this is, oh, I figured it out. They're coming in to go up, to go over here, to get to this access panel. Boom, no need for the door. I get it now. I'm there with you. This just looks awesome. I love the ooze coming in, the weathering on here, this iron girder looks awesome. Everything, all the details are just really popping. You did a great job, and whoever is getting this is gonna be super happy because there's just details all over here. Okay, moving right along. This is New Future Customs. Huge sewer dio, finally complete. Massive die job. 25 inches wide, 13 inches deep, and 18 inches tall. That is a good size piece. I love the architecture that you've got right in this arch here, and I like the fact that you've got a different paint color for the arch that makes it stand out really nicely. We've got some good looking pipes coming in here, some nice corrosion, and look at these couplings that they're coming together. We've got the bolts. All of those extra details just go that extra mile, which I really like. There's a lot going on here. We've got some chains here, looks to be real chain, which is awesome. That door is just looks amazing. I love that blue with kind of that rust. You get that teal and orange look, and it just really works together. So I think you did a great job on this piece. I am hoping that we'll see even more from you coming up here in the future. Okay, keeping this moving along, here comes Diorama Boy with again another banger of a piece. I love it. I love the color tone, this bluish kind of off blue. It's a bit of a muted color. You've got really nice weathering, so you've got different little areas that kind of have it darker because it's been around and getting muck and grime and whatnot on the walls. And then the graffiti just looks so good. This is just amazing. I love the little accessory piece. Like, it's like a, I don't even know what that is. Maybe it's a speaker or something. And then we've got a little power box here, some wires, just all the extra little details that just go so far with a piece like this. And then we've got a door or a doorway, and who knows where that goes, but we've just got junk. We've got junk. People need to clean up after themselves. I love it. I love it. The floor looks so good. It looks just like real concrete. I'm always impressed by your work. It's just so fun to be able to see one of your pieces. You're such a prolific worker that you get so much out there so quickly. I can never keep up. But yeah, just keep them coming. This is amazing. Next, coming from Diorama Quilla's Hobby, let's say no less hobby mastra, Spanish is not my language, so we are getting a little bit of a bird's eye view here of this diorama, and I think it turned out really nice. Let's go to the pictures. Look at that. That is awesome looking. I love the graffiti. That is, I've said love a lot. Okay, I don't have my list of adjectives to be able to really keep it spicy, but who wouldn't say they love this? This little eye guy is awesome. That is so good. Love the brickwork here. Paint apps are looking awesome. This picture is so cool with the lighting that we've got here. We've got some harsh light, and then we've got a little bit of darkness. Just gives that nighttime feel. The brickwork is looking great. So just awesome job on this piece. Again, I go back to this graffiti right here because it's just so cool looking. Reminds me of Mike Wazowski from Monsters, Inc. A blue version. Okay, next, coming from Clanabelle, 1/12 scale Tavern Dio, final product 23 inch by 13 inches by 11 inches, and this thing looks cool. Wait, let's go back here. We got the little numbskull sign, drop down there, nice little light, dollar store light, And look at this. I really dig these rocks. It gives it that old German Tudor kind of feel for a tavern, which is exactly what I think you're going for. And look at that. That fire actually looks realistic with the way that you took this picture. That looks great. That little fireplace. Dang, that is nice. I really like it. You did a great job. Some cool little tables here. Now all it needs is some glasses and maybe some plates, and then throw some people in here. I'm thinking Mythic Legions definitely are gonna go into this piece. So great job. Can't wait to see even more from you in the years to come. Next, coming from Da Bad Apple, welcome to Atlanta, the legendary Magic City. 1/24th scale Dio, 10 inch by 14 inches, not super huge, but this thing is packing a punch. It looks great. And what is the best piece is this cityscape up on the top. And it looks like these windows, you could throw a light behind them and have it glow. Oh, that would look so good. Maybe a yellow light so that, oh, that's gonna look good. This marquee area is really standing out too, and I like this sign. It's got some nice detail. Everything is just working so well together, and the fact that this is actually like 3-dimensional rather than just say printed off looks so good. Let's cycle through here. Here is the reference of what it actually looks like out in the real world. So that versus this. You nailed it. You really nailed it. It actually looks like what you were trying to make. So that is just awesome. I love it when people find something out in the real world that they want to replicate and then they just nail it. And you really just nailed it. I think this turned out so good. Congrats on just a great looking piece. Next, coming from G. Ronan, the Ultron War Part 2 Through the Gate. And this, I gotta say, looks spectacular. I mean, this is just so cool looking. I love the light that you've got here. The glow looks so cool. And I think if it goes back, I think that's just bubble wrap with a bluish little LumaCube light behind it. That is a great effect. That really works so well. But look at how much detail there is in this. That is just so cool. I love the way that all of this just came together. There's so many cool details. The paint apps on this piece, it looks like it's almost a play set that you put together and just painted. But wow, I am really digging on it. Just the presentation looks so cool. So awesome. This next one is coming from Boba Chuck. Latest Dio can work for a few characters, but thinking they work especially great for Mezco, Conan, and Nosferatu. Yes, that would work perfect. Also, perfectly. It would also work great for Mythic Legions. Lord of the Rings also. I'm getting some Lord of the Rings vibes from this. This stonework looks great. I love the way that you sculpted this. It looks like you took and cut all each piece and glued them together. Let us know in the comments, is that what you did? Did you glue each of these individually together? Did you sculpt them individually? Or did you somehow do this out of one piece? It doesn't look like you could have because it's got a curve to it. But the paint apps on here look so good. There's just a lot of variation, and the green moss-like stuff that you've got on here is really adding to that look. And then of course the little lights here, the little flames, that just really adds to it, especially for the picture. And up here, the stock whatever wooden thing that is, this like horned guy. I don't even know where you'd get that from, but this really turned out great. You nailed it for a relatively small piece. This really is packing a lot in there with details. So I'm really pleased with this. I'm really pleased, as if I had anything to do with it. I just think you did a great job on it, and my guess is it's for sale, and hopefully this thing will go very quickly. Here is another piece that kind of gives me a Mythic Legions feel. It's from Bambino Dioramas. It's a work in progress, and it's already looking really great. I am really enjoying the different texture of the brick here, with some of these that are poking out, some that are sunk in, and then the little sconces here that are going to hold something, I don't know, or used to hold something. But look at this door. This is pretty epic here. I mean, it's like a mesh of some sort. And I'm really excited to see what this is going to turn into, because this is a pretty elaborate look where it could go, you know, what's the word I'm going for? Stained glass. It could go that direction, or it could go all sorts of different directions. So I'm excited to see what this is going to look like. I already know that you're going to use the hashtag, but definitely use the hashtag so that I can see it and everyone else can see it when it's done, because this is already looking pretty darn good. Next up, coming from 5/24/20, this is a pretty nice looking piece. So let's see, new works, no title yet, handmade display, amazing 3D printed TV kit, had fun working with. This is really cool, and I think what is so unique about it is this aspect of the base, where it looks like you've got the trusses of a floor, and we've got some broken out tiles and a baseboard, and then like pipes or something from the floor underneath. That's super cool. That's taking something that could be good and stepping it up even more and making it great by giving it that much more character and that much more just interest to it. And you did the same with the wall back here. It could have just been a straight up wall with nothing all that interesting about it, but you've got some pipes sticking out, you've got broken out pieces. This is just a superb looking piece, and then you throw in the accent pieces of the accessories and what have you, and this just looks really good. So great job on this piece, really cool, and I'm digging it a lot. All right, last but not least, coming from, how are we going to say this? Stoutest Tavern? Did I even come close? This is, let's see, hello my friends, please check out my latest project, Turtle Power. We are doing that now. We're checking it out. What I like the most about this piece, and I don't think we've ever showcased anything from you before, I like the color. It really caught my eye, and I'm really digging on it, and I think it definitely fits very well with the Super 7 look of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I think this might be a Super 7 figure back here. This is probably Super 7 as well, I think. I've been considering getting into Super 7 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but I don't know if I can do the $50 per. But I really wanted to showcase this because it stood out to me. I'm really liking the base here. There's a lot going on with this. There's a lot of great detail on here that I'm really digging on. It just looks super cool. So thank you so much for sharing your work, and hopefully we will see you using the hashtag in the future. Hopefully we'll see others using the hashtag as well. If you aren't familiar with what the hashtag is, where have you been? It is This Week in Dioramas on Instagram. I know that this is the end of season 3. This is the last episode, but don't let that stop you from using the hashtag. It's a great way of being able to share your work with everyone out there so that everybody can check it out, give you hints and tips and love and praise and all of that stuff. So thank you so much. Thank you for the support this year. It's been an interesting year from my perspective for all of my weird timelines and schedules and all of that stuff. But it's been an amazing year to see all of the talent that you guys have been putting out there day in and day out every week. So thank you so much for the support. Thank you for using the hashtag. Thank you for the likes, the comments. I love getting the comments on the channel, and I love getting feedback on Instagram. I'm going to continue posting on Instagram even while the season's done. And hopefully, now I haven't decided exactly what I'm going to do for next year. So next year is my last, or I should say spring semester is my last semester of school, assuming I pass both of my classes. So I'm not sure, because these classes are pretty intense, how much or what I'm going to do with season 4. I want to do a season 4, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to continue doing the show. So hopefully we'll be able to. And I know that you guys are really enjoying the show, so hopefully I'll be able to do it, even if it's not as regular as it used to be. We'll just play it by ear. So there you have it, folks. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I hope you enjoyed this season. hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, the bell notification, leave a comment, and I will hopefully see you next year. Merry Christmas, everybody.